going on, everybody? We're back at it with working on something else in the garage. Since I last left you guys off, finished up that ombre, did a little bit of test driving on it, sent it back to Kyle. He's happy with it. He can get it out to shows here soon once the weather decides it wants to be better for us here. So today I got our personal 2002 Blazer in here. I've had some issues with it last year. Kept getting a cam crank correlation code in it. I threw a distributor in it. It worked okay for about a day. Then still came back with the same issue. So dug into it some more. Pulled the crank sensor out of it and looked up to see if I could see the timing chain to see if it had any slack in it, which it does. So today I'm going to start with tearing it down to replace the timing chain assembly with the gear chain and the tensioner that it has in it. And we're going to put a new timing cover on it, and then hopefully we can get this going, because I plan on trying to drive this while I do the work on my truck. So hopefully this fixes it, gets it going down the road good and everything like that. So today we're going to tear into that. I might just get the tear done down today, as it is the weekend. I got some other stuff to do this afternoon, so I might only get into tearing down some of it. I'm going to try not to make too long of a video out of it. I might split it up and break it down in a couple parts for you. So we're going to get into doing that. Alright, so I'm going to work on disassembling some of this stuff. Probably just going to end up taking out fan shroud, obviously. I'm going to take out the battery because it needs to get charged. This truck's sat for, gosh, probably 6-8 months. So it's really dead. So I'm going to charge it, see, hopefully I can get the battery to come back. That'll tell me if I need to get another one or not. Then we'll probably, hopefully I can leave AC on. I might unbolt the AC and just lay it over so that I can get, because these lines will be in the way. I may or may not take the radiator out. Don't know yet. See what kind of room I got. More likely I will. Water pump's got to come off. Coolant's got to get drained. All that good fun stuff. So just gonna tear into doing some of it. So originally the plan was for us to save this to modify it, because we wanted to bag it and all that fun stuff. But to do these properly, you have to do either a 3/4 frame or something like that to get them down on the ground the right way, with it being a 4-door. So that was originally the plan. That plan has since changed, since there is another truck that is going to be coming into play, hopefully in a few months. That's not necessarily going to take place of this, but it's going to take place of the modified vehicle that we were going to use this for. So when that gets here, you guys will see that and see everything we got going on. I'm going to take the battery out first. Good old side post batteries. I was never really a fan of these things. So what I might do is I might work on it a little bit with you guys, and then I might just speed it up just to get into it. I mean, it's fairly simple on what I'm doing. Any small block Chevrolet, 4.3, big block Chevrolet, they're kind of all the same. It's just when you get into the timing components is where it's different. So what I'm probably going to do is once I get this battery out, get some stuff situated, I'll probably just throw in a little time lapse video real quick. Just take us some time because it's going to be a bit of time into taking all this stuff out. If I run into something that's kind of weird or anything like that, then I'll bring you guys in to see it. So let me get this battery out and then I'll switch over to that. Gotta love it when the bolt's too tight for a ratchet, or too loose for a ratchet, too tight for your hand. I always love those. This battery is about, let's see, I got it in January of 2020, so it's just over 4 years old. So it wouldn't surprise me if I need to just go ahead and get another one. It's about the average for batteries, especially when they don't get used a lot. They don't last anywhere near what they used to back in the day. Alright, got that out. Yeah, I'm gonna just throw you over here into a little time lapse, I guess. Get all this stuff pulled out of here and bring you back in when I get into closer of getting that time chain out of there. I remember bringing you in here to talk to you guys about a little about what's going on in here. So, this has got a screw-on fan clutch. I have the tool to do it. A lot of people just find other means to do it, but I have the actual tool to do it with the air hammer and everything like that. But the other thing is like this, the labor guide for doing this timing chain actually wants you to pull the engine out because you're supposed to pull the oil pan off. That is the proper way to do it. These V6s in the S10 chassis does not give you enough room to drop the oil pan without removing the engine. So the goal is to try and do this without doing it, without pulling the engine, obviously, and making it work. Is it not the correct way? No. Does it? Is it really going to affect anything? I don't think so. This truck has almost 250,000 miles on it. It has oil leaks. I'm going to do my best to make it not leak when I reinstall everything, but we're going to see how everything goes. I'm going to pull this fan off and then try and get the lower shroud out, and then drain some coolant and start getting some other stuff out of the way. I might take a little break and come back to it because it's getting kind of close to lunchtime for me. So I'm gonna set you guys back up and you guys see how it goes. Okay, well, I tried to show you guys me taking off the clutch fan, but I had it set up over here. As soon as I started using the tool to take it off, phone fell down there. Didn't even notice it. So it's off. Now I'm gonna pull the lower fan shroud off out of here, and then I should be able to get to the drain for the coolant. Start taking that, draining that out. I wonder if I got a hose to fit that. Cheap. Trying to do this without making a giant mess. I'm going to stick a hose down in here to hopefully route these out of the so it doesn't drip on the frame and go every which way but into the drain pan. So I'm going to try and avoid that. I'm just trying to find a piece of hose I can use for that. Stick this up in there. Of course, they don't turn the drain the correct way. It just points straight at the frame rail. So as soon as it starts draining, it's just going to go across all over the floor. Really not sure how that happened. So I'm just trying to figure something out. So just bear with me a second while I try and figure something. Trying to find a way. What smaller? That was an idea. I don't think I have. guess I could just cut this. It's not like I'm ever going to use it. So, disappear. Try this again. I'll try and do this without breaking. Trying to do this without breaking the radiator that I just put in here probably last. For some reason, enough space here, but does not want to let me. Now I'm doing this all on a phone, so I'll be off screen talking this and that. I don't have multiple cameras I can set up so you can see me walking around doing different things. You'll just hear me rummaging around for different stuff here and there. Let's see if this will work. Or see if it's just going to make a giant mess still. Huh? Started, so. This thing had I put a radiator in it last spring, I think it was. The previous owner, I don't know what kind of leak it had, but they put the stop leak in it, so the radiator was halfway stopped up with stuff. The heater course was stopped up, this and that, so I tried my best to flush the system out when I did it. And there's definitely something in there, so there it goes. And still running on the frame rail. Most of it's going in there, so see how it goes. While that's doing that, I'm going to get in here and take crank pulley off and start undoing some lines. See how easy this stuff comes off. Alright, so that brain for this impact point. So I have to figure out something else. There's definitely enough room for me to maybe pull that out without taking this radiator out. So let me just see. Thinking It's funny because I don't have all my tools here because I use my tools for my job. So I brought home a bunch of stuff, but I looked right at grabbing my cordless 3/8 impact gun and didn't even grab it. So I'm going to try and do this without having to get that. Just have to see how I can get these bolt sprinklers. These fell off this morning and lost them already. It's difficult for sitting tools down. They like to walk away. Losing my mind. Put them back in the drawer. Alright, so I'm going to try something that's probably kind of frowned upon, but gotta do it because don't really have many other options. So I'm going to try pulling. Once I get them broke loose, I can get them with my cordless ratchet. It's just the cordless ratchet doesn't have the breakaway of an impact, which lesson learned. Going to be getting one of those for here for the house. Good Lord. This one's a little tighter. Let's see. Jeez. I don't even have an air impact here. Not planned for this to be this tight. So, do I make the 20-minute drive to work to go get tools and come back? Is the thing. Really hoping to make some better progress on this in the day than just what I've done so far. So I don't really want to just give up on it. What can I do? The problem I'm having is since these bolts are so far in, I have to use an extension to get it. And like, it's just putting so much torque on it that it's making the socket want to slip off. So hopefully Alright, I'm gonna take a look at something and I'll bring you guys back. After looking at a couple things, I went ahead and pulled that pulley off. I found that this thing's got 250 some thousand miles on it, give or take. Um, Found that the crank actually has some in and out play, which means the thrust bearing is bad in it. So I could just forget about trying to fix this thing and sell it down the road, see if somebody wants to buy it to fix it. Or I can just go ahead and throw this timing chain in and see how long I can get with it the way it is. Unfortunately, I'm already part of the way into this, so I think I'm just going to try and throw the parts in it and see what happens. I don't think I'll be in any worse situation than I'm already in. It just sucks. I didn't think that I was going to run into this issue, but here we are. So I think I'm just going to bite the bullet. I already have the parts. I'm not waiting for any parts or anything. I'm just going to go ahead and finish tearing it down and hopefully get this time chain on here and everything, and then go from there. Like I said, I'm not going to be in any worse situation than I already am in. So I'm going to get going on that, I guess. See if we can get this water pump off of here. Once we get the water pump off, then I'll work on getting the crank pulley off. I already pulled off just the belt portion of the crank pulley. So that does. I put this water pump on, I'm pretty sure. At the same time I put the radiator on, so it shouldn't be too bad to do, I don't think. It's kind of bummed to see that when I started trying to take the bolts out of that pulley that the crank was moving in and out. It's unexpected, but there's not much I can do about it. Yeah, you're trying to find my hose pick to get this thing off with. So, like I said, this is mainly just so that I can work on my truck. So, it's going to be kind of a band-aid fix. It's just, this thing just has a mind of its own and runs bad every now and then because of the timing. It goes in and out. Oh, that is worse than I expected to. Didn't make too much of a mess. Okay. Oh. Didn't bring the clamp pliers on either because I forgot this thing still has spring clamps on it. Always end up forgetting to bring home something. I'm working on something here. I'm trying to make do with what I got. I think I'm trying, like I said, once I get this water pump off, I'll probably pull the crank pulley, pull time cover off, and I'll probably stop there for today, or at least for today's video. Yeah, go ahead and get make more of a mess. Well, how's the sound of water draining? Alright, that's the water pump out. Gasket. Stick this. See if I can get this crank pulley pulled off here. I bought a puller kit. Let's see how all this works. This is just some cheap ones from Harbor Freight because I don't do enough of these to warrant to buy some high dollar puller that I'm only going to use a few times ever. So first, and then you're going to need that and this. Some grease on this. This is just a 3-bolt puller for there's very many uses, but a lot of automotive pulleys need to be used. Get this used on them. Let's see what size. No, they're actually fine. Watch this bolt. This puller kit not have the right bolts. That's going to be my luck. It does. All right, cool. This has washers. All right. Sorry I'm not talking so much. I'm just not more of a focus on doing the work, stuff like that. I'm just trying to get this done and see what kind of situation I have once I get this cover off. Which hopefully will reveal part of my problem. Unfortunately, not all of my problems, since we found another problem. Don't drop that down into the coolant. Oh, I don't know what that was. I just, like I said, hopefully I can get it to where this runs halfway decent for a while. Then I can get my truck in here. Get into doing that. Like I said, I have floor pans to do on that. I just received a set of gauges. I'm going to redo gauges in my truck since half of mine don't work, since it's been swap from a carburetor. Then also, speaking of carburetors, one on my truck is technically on loan from a buddy of mine. So I need to actually get that one off, get it back to him. Then so today I actually ordered just the same exact carburetor that he had loaned me. Just so it's the same thing. So I'll be swapping out a carburetor. Then gauges, and also I have air rod stuff that I'm going to be doing. Remaking a new frame for my bed, mounting air tank, and stuff like that. That's going to be fun stuff. And I'll be able to get you guys into seeing more of that when I do it. Need definitely glad I got this puller. This thing is on here good. I have to probably pick up an installer to put it back on. But no bad groove or anything in it, so that's good. Alright. So let's put some decent silicone in there. Alright. Now take timing cover off. Bust myself in the face. Alright. Jam decided to put plastic cover on these. I'm probably gonna pull the crank sensor out so that, because the timing cover goes down on the back side of the oil pan just a little bit. That's why you're supposed to pull the oil pan to do this. And with these S10 chassis, you can't pull the oil pan because it sits too close to the frame. So I'm gonna have to do some finagling to get it out. And hopefully I can. Now, there's too much stuff up. I'm working on it, so that's always good. The time chain has been rubbing on it. Let's see if I can get this cover out of here. Alright, that's out. But so this piece here goes down on the backside of the oil pan. It looks like somebody's tried to put some silicone in there before. So I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to modify it just a little bit to slide over the gasket. Huh. Alright, let me see if I can get some light in here before I try to show you guys what I got. This is the ring that shows to the crank sensor where everything's at. But this one actually doesn't have the tensioner setup that I thought it did, so I might have the wrong timing set, but we will get to that in a minute. Let me show you guys what we got. And this is what I'm working with for the timing set. That is the amount of slack that we got. So that is no good because I'm pretty sure if I have the right tool, I could probably I'll probably turn that with the slack that's in there, but obviously, so this engine has a balance shaft that's right above the big cam gear. So, but I'm gonna cut this one right here. When you guys see me come back, I'll probably start working on pulling this off and seeing if what I have will match up. Hopefully, it does.